meeting of the Milwaukee Board of School Directors will please come to order. Will the secretary please call the...
Director Baez.
Present.
Director Herndon. Present. Director O'Halloran.
Present.
Director Peterson.
Present.
Director Phillips. Director Phillips. Director Simpson.
Present.
Director Taylor.
Present.
Director Woodward. President Miller.
Present.
We have 8 present.
Madam Secretary, please read the call of the meeting.
At the request of President Larry Miller, the following meeting is scheduled to take place in the auditorium of the Central Services Building, 5225 West Vliet Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for the consideration of the following items of business. Number 1, statutory public hearing on the proposed fiscal year 2020 school operations, construction, and extension fund budgets.
I will now ask the secretary to lead us in the recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance. I invite any members of the audience who wish to participate to do so and ask that those who do not wish to participate please remain silent during the recitation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we begin tonight's meeting, we have a short announcement regarding interpretation services for the Spanish-speaking members of our audience. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Just as a reminder, Robert's Rules of Order dictates that all comments should be directed to the chair of the board. Also, any questions or requests include those from the public, board members, or the administration are be directed towards the chair, who will determine the most efficient way to address them. For the safety of all and to ensure the good order of the meeting, harassment or intimidation tactics of any kind will not be tolerated. Anyone who engages in such harassing or intimidating words or actions will immediately be asked to cease. If such behavior continues, a recess will be called, and the offending parties will be removed from the meeting before the meeting resumes. Anyone ejected from the meeting may continue to listen to the meeting or access the agenda item online. However, he or she will not be allowed to rejoin. Also, no one other than the members of the board, the staff of the superintendent's office, the Office of Board Governance, and the Office of Accountability and Efficiency, and those who have been invited to present or participate in items of business will be allowed on stage before, during, or after meetings of the board and its committees. Also, for our listening audience, if you wish to access this evening's agenda, items, and attachments online, you may do so by visiting esb.milwaukee.k12.wi.us. As indicated in the call of the meeting, we are here to receive public testimony on the proposed fiscal 2020 school operations, construction, and extension fund budgets. Tonight's meeting is for public hearing only, and the board will not take any action on the proposed budget tonight. The chair asks that any members of the public wishing to speak, please complete a speaker slip and bring it to our board clerk, Dr. Mann. This hearing will be recorded, and any written testimony will also be included as part of the official record of this meeting. Written testimony should be transmitted to the board via the Office of Board Governance, P.O. Box 2181, Milwaukee, Wisconsin 53201-2181, or fax it to 414-475-8071, or email it to governance@milwaukee.k12.wi.us. We will now open the floor to the members of the public in attendance tonight. When you are called upon to speak, please state your name and spell your last name for the record. In order to hear from as many people as possible, I will ask that individuals limit their remarks to 2 minutes with an additional 30 seconds for wrap-up. There is a timer on the lectern. Your time will begin when the green light comes on. The yellow light will indicate that you have 30 seconds to wrap up. The red light will indicate that your time is up. For the sake of efficiency, I will call 3 speakers at a time. When your name is called, please come and wait in the queue for your turn to speak. Now let's begin. Our first speaker. Okay. I have 2 people who do not wish to speak, but I do have a number of people that do wish to speak. Okay. The first speaker is Anna Luna, if you'll come down, followed by Levon Robinson, followed by Leslie Serrano. Serraro or Serrano? I'm sorry, I'll get it right after I hear it is, okay? Please come down. State your name, just spell your last name for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Anna Luna, last name Luna. I'm a parent at Riley, and I was heavily involved in the planning efforts for the Montessori strategic plan. However, this is not the reason I'm here tonight. I want to call attention to the proposed budget slated to fund the Department of Bilingual and Multicultural Education. The takeaways from developing the MSP revealed that we have to invest in programs that can improve outcomes significantly for students. Bilingualism is an asset to the district and requires the appropriate resources to operate with fidelity. The bilingual resolution passed in 2014, yet the 2020 proposed budget is slated to negatively affect an already under-supported department. If we are truly to prepare students for the future, we must consider funding programs that can promote a more sustainable future for the district. Reducing funding to this department threatens programs like the dual language Montessori program at Riley, because we rely on the support provided by this district department. There are experts in the subject matter, and they lift the district to the next level. Where is the fidelity in program implementation if there is no consistency? Parents are looking for fidelity. Multilingualism is an untapped commodity within the district. It is a globalized world language, as it is important. In a globalized world, language is as important as mathematics and literacy. It is a real-world tool that we give our children an opportunity to become leaders as adults. It is an asset that must be cultivated with care. Please look with intention at the proposed budget for the Department of Bilingual and Multicultural Education and see that at least it maintains its current capacity and that it is afforded the opportunity to scale to serve more students with equity. I plan to rally other parents like me and engage them in raising awareness surrounding programs that add value in strategic plans like the MSP, that add benefit to our children for multicultural, multilingual, biliterate world that awaits them. Thank you for your time, and I am looking forward to the work we will do together in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Luna. Levon Robinson, followed by Leslie Serrano.
Hi, my name is Levon Robinson, Robinson. I'm an MPS graduate as of today, and I'm here with Lynn.
Congratulations. We'll start your time over, okay? You don't have to take up the time of the clap.
I've been fighting for the LGBT community and the decriminalization of Black and Brown students. So today I wanted to talk about how the budget is affecting the LGBT community. Even the process of getting my name changed was difficult. I was bothering my social worker for weeks on end up until yesterday. And now that I've gone through the process, it sucks. We need more psychologists, social workers, counselors, and that actually have resources that they need to support students. I should have been able to go to school not scared because I don't know who knows that I'm trans or just because of the overall feeling of being unsafe. I don't want future LGBT students to feel the fear that I felt for the last 2 years of my high school career. So I didn't know what I needed, but I know now that future students need an easier process with changing their names and being able to come out safely. Also, teachers need to have training to be more open. So I'm asking you to invest more money into school psychologists, social workers, counselors, and to invest in these staff by giving them the training on working with LGBT students. Teachers and students also should be learning about the LGBT community, their culture, their history, because there's so much more than it is just to be gay.
Thank you, Levon. Appreciate that. Leslie Serrano, would Trinity Knight, Prince Grayson, and Johnny Spingola please come down and be prepared to speak? Okay. Just state your name and spell your last name, please.
Leslie Serrano, Serrano. Well, my name is Leslie Serrano. I am a student leader with Leaders Igniting Transformation and a student at Bradley Tech High School. I'm here today to discuss the continual need and support for community schools. My experience with the community school staff has been nothing but great. I have a greater connection and relationship with the community staff than I have with any other staff members in the building. They understand me, they have patience, and they have big love and care for their students in the building. When I need anyone to talk to about anything, I know I can go to them without hesitation. Throughout the year, I have had a few instances where I was either frustrated or had a situation that needed mediation. During these moments, the community school staff were helpful. I believe community schools should be expanded to all MPS schools because it is a great opportunity for students to build relationships throughout their schools, foster a safe place for all students, and it connects students with community organizations and opportunities to be more involved and make a change. I am asking that community schools and staff continue to be supported, and you all look into the expansion of community schools to other MPS schools.
Thank you, Leslie. Trinity Knight, followed by Prince Grayson.
Hello, my name is Trinity Knight, Knight, and I'm a senior at Hamilton High School and a student leader with the Igniting Transformation. I have to pay $45 each year for student fees, and yet I still receive janky books and can barely access the library and can barely access the college access center. So what am I paying $45 for if I don't pay? If I don't pay, then I can't graduate, but my money doesn't even give me access to the resources that I need, let alone go to proms or homecomings. Some students can't access that type of money each year. So when they see your year rise, their total amount is $180 plus their senior fee. Like, you can do the math. That's like $280. You know, some students can't pay that, so they stuck with a fee that they can't do, and they can't get their diploma without paying the fee. And also, my classes don't have tissue or hand sanitizers, and when we run out of pencils and papers, we have to buy them ourselves. If I don't have the supplies and resources that I need, I won't feel invested altogether. I'm graduating on Thursday, and the whole 4 years that I've been here, my mom has to pay for those things. And yet, we still ain't getting nothing that we need. I want the next generation to receive better resources than I received throughout my whole 4 years of high school. That money that y'all invest into policing innocent students, y'all can put into resources. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Prince Grayson, followed by Johnny Spingola.
Hello, my name is Prince Grayson, PrinceGrayson. I graduated yesterday from Golden Meyer High School.
Congratulations, I was there.
So my statement to make today to you guys is, why are there so many MPS security guards in each school, and how do you guys provision and how do you choose which schools get which security guards, and why do you guys put so much money into the budget for security guards instead of other things like art classes and extracurricular activities? And let me restate that question. Is there a policy that determines how many school safety officers that are provisioned to each school?
Prince, we don't do question and answer at these
Oh.
meetings. You can raise a question, and we will get back to you and publish any answers that are needed.
How do you guys plan to get that answer back to me?
Madam Secretary, I'm sure we have a plan.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, Prince, the typical process would be that the speaker slip that you filled out has your contact information, and we would be able to forward that response to the information that you have listed on your speaker slip.
Fantastic. I would also like to make one last statement. My time at MPS has very much prepared me to be a person in the real world, but the policies that you guys have set in place as of right now are preparing students for prison more than education. So as of right now, the set of policies that does that is, or helps with that is the school to prison pipeline, in which you guys treat us more like prisoners by putting more security officers in our schools. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Johnny Spingola? And would Tatiana Joseph and Dr. Rai Heileman and Marva Parodic please come down and be prepared to speak? Go ahead, Johnny.
Hi, my name is John Spingola, Spingola. I'm here with Lit to talk to you today about the lack of funding for counselors and mental health support in MPS. People wonder why there are so many suspensions, 10,267 to be exact. That doesn't include the expulsions. It's because us students have struggles outside of school and we don't all have access to support when you only have one support staff in the whole school. I'm sorry, I messed up. We don't all have access to support. And yes, when you only have one support staff in the whole school, we have a big issue. How do you expect us to do well when we can't live regulated lives, thus leading to acts of violence, which lead to suspensions, expulsions, and that leads to lower academic performance, dropouts, and entanglement with the law? Half the kids getting suspended are kids with disabilities. How is this fair? We need more supportive staff and less authoritative staff trying to punish us for things we cannot control. We need to break the stigma of male figures not being able to talk about their emotions as well. Mental health support is important, and we need to be aware of it in all the schools and MPS. We also need to have mindfulness going on, which can include the arts, so music, drawing, painting, some ways for the kids to live a more regulated life in the school, because they can't do that outside of school when we don't have the money. I understand you guys are trying to figure it out, but there's a simple solution. More trained support staff and more structure in the schools will equal to lower suspension rates and higher performance rates. And then, how do you punish the kid for a reaction caused by the lack of support staff in your schools? How is it okay for each kid to feel bad about themselves for problems they didn't create? And the answer is none of it is okay. So I'm asking that in this budget cycle, that $1 million will be allocated to the Project Aware program inside of MPS to continue and increase awareness of mental health issues among the school, and train school personnel and other adults who interact with the school-age youth so they can detect and respond to mental health support issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny. Tatiana Joseph, followed by Dr. Rai Hallman, followed by Marva Poradek.
Good evening. Tatiana Joseph, Joseph. I'm here as part of DMAC, which is the district's advisory committee on bilingual and bicultural education. The bilingual resolution was established 6 years ago. This was an opportunity for the district to provide all children an opportunity to learn and develop multiple languages. This resolution was meant to put the district in the national spotlight as an urban district who provides children, especially low-income children of color, the key to success via learning, developing multiple languages. The reality is that the bilingual resolution was never fully funded. And as a result of that, it just kind of sits in limbo. I'm not going to bore you with the benefits of bilingual education or multiculturalism, but I will say that you are all witnesses of the benefits that our own MPS bilingual students have gained with the programs that you provide. My son is currently a K4 student at MSIS, and I no longer have to probe him to speak Spanish to us at home, just out of his own free will, and he's just talking his head off. So we see that with the multiple schools that you have and the multiple children enrolled. So as part of DMAC, what we are asking is for you to fully fund this bilingual resolution as it was meant to be. So what does this mean? This means that we need money for bilingual curriculum development. Right now, there is a 3-year plan for expansion, but there is no budgetary line that matches that expansion. So when we talk about expansion, we need more teachers. Where are you going to get your teachers from? You need to establish some kind of a pipeline to recruit from our own community instead of recruiting outside of the United States and outside of Milwaukee. You need money to develop curriculum. You need to buy materials. You need to have enough coaches in the bilingual multicultural office to ensure that this programming is done with fidelity. Because right now it's kind of sometimes a free-for-all because there aren't enough people to go around ensuring that programs are running at the best of their capacity. We also need money for DMAC, right? If you want parents to be engaged, you need to give us some kind of funding to ensure we have the proper mechanisms to recruit and to work with parents. So please recruit the resolution as it was meant to be. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Joseph. Dr. Heilman, please. Would you say your first name, sir?
Ron?
Ron. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Ron Heilman. Okay.
Ron Heilman, Heilmann. Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity to address you concerning the 2019-2020 budget. I would first like to address the 5 new board members of the school board. You were elected by the citizens of Milwaukee as reform candidates to bring about change in the system to improve the lives of the children and young adults in our community. There are a few things you will do as an elected body that are of greater importance than to determine how resources are allocated for an entire school year. Unfortunately, you have been provided with the same tired and broken process that has been utilized by administration for years. It provides you what looks like lots of information, and it is 847 pages, but many vital factors are missing. Has a program and/or service evaluation for each of the contracted services been conducted in the last year? If not, how was it determined whether to continue or discontinue those services? If the budget reflects an increase in the use of an outside contractor, what rationale was provided to you, the board, for the reason behind that? There is little to no information to justify the increase, the elimination, or the continuation of outside contractors throughout this budget. Now, as the entire board, you have the power to direct administration to provide you with additional information and the rationale behind the budgetary assumptions used to put this budget together. In future years, you can exercise better control of the budgetary process, which may include such things as documentation of the involvement of internal stakeholders and the community at large in this process. This would go a long way to improving the image and understanding of why MPS is a critical player in a healthy Milwaukee. You can also direct that the budgeting process begin much earlier so the board does not feel pressured by time to act. Many school districts begin this process as early as January and February. With the number of administrators and departments in MPS, this can be done. All it takes is the will of the board to demand that information. Thank you for this opportunity to address you this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Heilman. Marva Poradek, followed by Iveres Perez, followed by Ingrid Walker Henry, followed by Jessica Martinez. Great.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es María
Un
Porade.
momento, por favor. Make sure she says her name and spells her last name.
Mi nombre es María Porade, P-O-R-A-D-K.
María Poradek, P-O-R-A-D-E-K.
Tengo 2 hijos en la escuela View y uno en la Hamilton.
I have 2 kids, one goes to View School and another one to Hamilton.
También soy miembro del Comité Bilingüe del Distrito Deme.
I'm also a member of the bilingual committee, DMAC.
En el comité hemos aportado el plan estrategio bilingüe del distrito y yo estoy aquí para apoyar ese plan.
So I'm here, we've been talking about the bilingual strategic plan, and I'm here to support this plan.
Y para que el distrito aporte los recursos necesarios para implementar el plan.
And I'm hoping that you guys can help us implement the resources that we need.
Yo apoyo para que haya fondos para el desarrollo de los maestros y para que estén capacitados a enseñar de una manera bilingüe, el 50% en español y el 50% en inglés.
So I'm also here to approve that this funds will be given to the development of teachers so they can help in the bilingual program. 50% of them speak Spanish and 50% speak English.
Apoyo el desarrollo profesional también. Hace falta fondos para reclutar más maestros bilingües y maestros de educación especial bilingües.
I'm also here to approve the professional development.
Ya que mis hijos están en programas de educación especial y se necesitan más personal en las escuelas bilingües.
There is also need of funds to be able to recruit more bilingual teachers and also special education bilingual teachers. I have my son, he is a special ed student and he needs extra resources and a bilingual staff.
También apoyo la expansión bilingüe en la escuela Hamilton, ya que me hubiera gustado
So I'm also in approve for the bilingual program at Hamilton School.
que mi hijo estuviera en el programa, el que
I would have also loved that my son would have been in that program.
el que bilingüismo ayuda a los niños en su cerebro, ya que el bilingüismo ayuda a los niños en su cerebro a ser sobresalientes en todas las materias y en todos los idiomas.
So being bilingual, it would help us, it would help the kids and all the students develop their brain and also be able to learn other languages and learn other material.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias, Mrs. Borderdijk. Thank you. Ibelis Perez, followed by Ingrid Walker Henry, followed by Jessica Martinez.
Last name Perez, P-E-R-E-Z. Good evening, Board of Directors and Superintendent Posley. My name is Ibelis Perez, and I am the proud parent of two MPS students. One attends Ronald Reagan High School and the other Wedgwood. I'm also a bilingual educator in the district and past president of the Wisconsin Association for Bilingual Education and current member of the district's DMAC committee. I'm deeply dedicated to serving our students in the district and have a special commitment to our linguistically diverse children in the district, as I too was a bilingual learner who graduated from MPS. Tonight, I'm here to encourage the board to remember the thousands of linguistically talented students we have in our district. Remember them as you make decisions regarding the budget. I encourage you to support a budget that aligns with the district's commitment to bilingualism, biliteracy, multilingualism, and the 2014 bilingual resolution that was passed by the board. There needs to be funding set aside in this budget to continue the work of the bilingual resolution and also the bilingual multicultural education department. There needs to be funding in this budget to fully roll out the seal of biliteracy and MPS. During my time at WIABE, I worked closely with national organizations, with DPI, and also the district to ensure that the students in Wisconsin had the opportunity to have the seal of biliteracy upon graduating from our schools. The plan is already in place. The district needs to fund this initiative so that it can be implemented next year. And bilingual students like my daughter could have this recognition before she graduates in 2021. The 2019 to 2020 budget should have funds to support the pillars of the bilingual resolution, which includes the expansion of language opportunities for all students. It should also include funds to support ongoing professional development, curriculum development, materials, and outreach and community engagement. We need to support alternate ways to recruit, retain bilingual and ESL teachers. We also need to create a bilingual teacher pipeline for the district. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Perez. Ingrid Walker Henry, followed by Jessica Martinez.
Good evening. I'm Ingrid Walker Henry, WALKER-HENRY. Why do we stay in MPS when the district has chosen outsourcing with private companies for building service helpers, nurses, speech and language pathologists, and interpreters? This board needs to direct the administration to establish salary schedules for every job class so we can keep our people at home in MPS. Why do we stay in MPS when retail chains and grocery stores are offering people $15 an hour starting pay? People are working all day with students and taking multiple jobs to make ends meet. People in this district have taken a financial hit through healthcare costs and years of not even being given a cost of living increase. Why do we stay in MPS when we have to reach into our own pockets and buy paper and science supplies, our own Band-Aids, incentives for positive behavior, and all the other things students need for a quality education? Why do we stay in MPS when it has been obvious that for the past 8 years, the MPS board and administration continuously builds the budget backwards and tells its workers that what they do is not valued? I can tell you that there are many dedicated workers in this district who know why they're here. They're here because they enjoy working with the students and families in MPS. They know the work they do is necessary and makes a difference. You've taken us for granted. Working for MPS should not be a career sentence of living in poverty or teaching during the day and driving Uber at night to pay off your student loans. Many MPS workers have asked the question, why do I stay in MPS? And right now there is no salary schedule, no path forward to keep more people from leaving. It is your job to make MPS the district that people want to start and stay in.
Thank you, Ms. Walker Henry. Jessica Martinez.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Martinez. Do I have to spell
Please.
my first time here?
No, just your last name, please. That's your first name.
Martinez. I'm currently a K-4 bilingual teacher at Cago Elementary School. I've been in the district for 17 years. I'm here in support of the bilingual resolution, bilingual programs. I'm concerned about the bilingual programs cuts, and because my school is waiting for board approval to become a dual language school next year. I wonder if the cost will affect future professional developments, as well as access to materials and future expansion of the program. Parents and other teachers cannot be here today. We have two families actually in the back. But I have some testimonials here in this envelope, and maybe you can read it later. They're in Spanish, but really good information. Finally, the potential for helping English language learners raise their achievement and the chance to move more integrated classrooms and their selling points for parents. So just here to support bilingual programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. Amy Mizialko.
Amy Mizialko, M-I-Z-I-A-L-K-O, President Miller and Superintendent Posley. Black and Latino students are less likely to be taught by teachers that look like them. They're more likely to be taught by teachers who haven't met basic certification requirements. They're less likely to be taught by experienced teachers, and students of color have less access to school counselors, librarians, and nurses. Ever since Act 10, when the Milwaukee Public School Board allowed former Superintendent Greg Thornton to eviscerate salary schedules, MPS students and educators have been in a free fall, and we haven't hit bottom yet. In fiscal year 15-16, 461 teachers and 230 paraprofessionals left this district. In 16-17, 489 teachers and 250 paras left this district. In 17-18, 633 teachers left this district, along with 300 paraprofessionals. And in 18-19, and we're still counting, 478 teachers, and 479 walked in my office tonight at 5:30 p.m. from Rufus King High School, a highly qualified special education teacher. Every single year, this district lets 11% of the teachers in this district walk out the door to someplace 10 miles away where they can find respect and a flexible workday and a salary schedule. He's going to drive 10 minutes more to work to earn $10,000 more a year. He's the third person I've talked to so far in the past 24 hours. These numbers are what we call a silent strike. You must stop this churn. We cannot move academics in this district with this churn. And you must establish stability through salary schedules for all educators in every job class, so you have people to open up schools again in August. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. John Rakowski.
Good evening, John Rakowski, Rakowski, proud graduate of Harold S. Vincent High School, uncle to a few MPS students, director of prevention programs with Running Rebels Community Organization. I'd like to address the board tonight and first and foremost say thank you. Running Rebels Community Organization has a 13-year relationship with the district, operating the violence-free zone, currently within 7 schools, 2 middle schools and 5 high schools. We don't do this alone. One of my colleagues is standing behind me, Andre Robinson. He oversees a program at Milwaukee Christian Center that offers the same program in 5 different Milwaukee public high schools. This past year, Running Rebels engaged over 850 youth in mentoring relationships across these 7 sites. We worked with another 500 to 600 youth who we simply couldn't get paperwork back from parents, but frequently saw in our rooms, offered mediation services to, connected to district and community-based resources, and provided additional support throughout the school day. This is the first year Running Rebels Community Organization has the pleasure and honor of holding the contract directly with the district. Previously, we were a subcontractor recipient. We're very excited to be able to mentor and engage so many youth throughout the city. We've heard earlier the needs for mental health supports. We have been proud and very pleased to have all 35 of our full-time staff complete the youth mental health first aid training offered by the district. We worked hand in hand with safety, but often have to make sure that we differentiate ourselves within the school because young people see us as mentors, and that's what we do. Throughout the years, it's been difficult to understand whether or not we're one of the district's best kept secrets in relation to mentoring young people, or if there's just so much going on, maybe we don't get the notice that we would like to be able to bring before you. At any point, at any time, as a program, we would love to share the successes and impact of our programs with you. But tonight, we simply wanted to take the time to say thank you for your ongoing support of Running Rebels, of the programs that we offer, your commitment to mentoring and caring for young people in our community, and to be honest, all the difficult decisions that you as a body have to make. Thank you once again for your time and your support.
Thank you. Do we have any more speaker slips? Do you wish to speak?
I do.
Well, would you state your name and spell your last name?
Sure. My name is Elizabeth Kosmach, Kosmach. I'm a proud teacher at Wedgwood Park. I just want to invite any of you to come do my job for a day. Today, we had a great day and we did star score recognition. I got pied in the face by over 100 kids because their star scores went up. That's great. That's awesome. But that's because of the dedication of the teachers you have. We need some salary schedules in place to keep those teachers. Just in my building alone, 12 teachers are leaving. It's a big big blow to MPS. Some teachers are going to other MPS buildings, but some teachers are leaving. And it's sad because Wedgwood Park is such a good, strong school. But we need those salary schedules. I'm a 6-year teacher. I make $46,000 a year for 6 years. I could go to another district and make plenty more. I need your help. We all need your help. That is why I knocked on so many doors to get this school board elected. We need your help to stay in the places we want to stay, for the kids to make those gains and get those smiles on their faces. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other, Madam Secretary, any other speaker slips? Anybody in the audience that wants to speak? All you have to do is fill out a speaker slip and you're on stage. Nobody? All right. The board having taken public testimony, this public hearing is concluded. The board will continue its work on the proposed FY20 budget at the meeting of the Committee on Strategic Planning and Budget on this Thursday, May 23rd, which is scheduled to begin at 6:30 here in Central Service Auditorium. There will be a public hearing and public testimony will be taken. Also, the board is tentatively scheduled to take final action on the proposed FY20 budget at its regular monthly meeting on May 30th, 2019. This meeting is scheduled to begin at 6:30 here in Central Service Auditorium. Although this will be a public meeting, as is customary, no public hearing will be given. Before we adjourn this meeting, I would like to thank all of you who either addressed the board tonight or provided us with written comments. If any of our listening audience would like to submit comments, please send them to the Office of Board Governance, Central Service Building, Room 273, P.O. Box 2181, Milwaukee 53201-2181, or email it to governance@milwaukee.k12.wi.us, or fax it to 414-475-8071. I would like to thank the superintendent and his staff, particularly the staff of the Financial Planning and Budget Services, for their hard work and many long hours devoted to developing a budget that will best serve our students and their families and our staff in the midst of some of the worst financial challenges that this district has ever faced. At this time, do any members of the board have any brief comments to make before adjourning? Just comments, no questions.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Just to correct the official record, Director Woodward did call our office and asked to be excused from tonight's meeting.
Thank you for that correction,
Thank you.
Dr. Mann. Any quick comments? Not, I see one.
Thank you, Chair Miller. Just wanted to make sure that we provided gratitude to everyone that came out to speak, sent emails, continues to send correspondence to us. I know that we're getting a lot, and every person here on this board is going through them. So people are still welcome to do that, whether it's in person or other ways. We even have a fax number that works.
Thank you. And just to reinforce that, our Office of Board Governance, unless somehow something happens, we respond to every single person that has spoken or given us a piece of information. If somehow we've missed you, it's just a rare mistake on that half. So, Director Taylor.
Quick comment. I wanted to say like a quick shout out to the youth. I see they've left for tonight. It was just great to continue to see that our students that are in NPS coming out. A lot of times we often get such negative aspects, but it was really positive to see them come in and advocate for what they need, so.
Ditto, thank you. Director Baez.
And I want to do it in Spanish.
Por
Le quiero
favor.
dar las gracias a todos ustedes que participaron en esta reunión, que vinieron hasta aquí con nosotros y presentaron testimonio. Sometan su testimonio también en forma escrita para asegurarnos de que nosotros lo consigamos, se va a traducir. Muchas gracias. Y espero hablar con algunos de ustedes antes de que se vayan. They don't know what I said anyway, so... No, I'm kidding.
Would you like?
I'm kidding. I just wanted to make sure that everybody that is here that doesn't speak English understands that they can, in fact, submit testimony in written form, and we will find a way of translating that to English And we appreciate your presence here tonight because that's important to our process. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Bias. Yes, Director O'Halloran.
Just want to make a brief comment that as we're considering the budget, what to do with the budget that we currently have, the Joint Finance Committee is taking up the budget at the state level. And if you're dissatisfied with the amount of money we currently have, I encourage everybody to reach out to your legislators and demand the money that our students need and deserve. The special education funding alone, based on a map that I saw today, would be worth about $75 million to our district. And this is money we need. It is money our students deserve. So while we are fighting over trying to find the barest essentials for our nursing staff and finding every, looking under every couch cushion, we could have a lot more money if Madison would help us out.
Thank you. Ditto. Anything else? Not seeing any further comments. Thank you all for your participation in the budget and in the entire budget process. There being no further business before the board, this meeting is adjourned.